This is extreme weather conditions. Extreme. A really big comfy seat. So here you see the header's a bit different. Got our steering wheel that comes down. Steering wheel is slightly different. Here the lever works a bit differently. If you press up, it really goes up, and down is really down. On mine, if you press down, it goes up, and up goes down. So it's a little bit confusing if you go from combine to combine, but you pick it up super fast. My combine doesn't read the moisture level. This one and our other one that my dad normally drives will. I won't get too in depth, but if you want a more in-depth view of the combines, I can definitely do that as well. We also have our radio here. Here is my dad's 9870 STS John Deere combine. There's the auger on it. Something these two combines have that my combine doesn't have is these grain tanks that go up like this. And what's awesome about these is after you get your beep in the cab to tell you your grain tank's becoming full, you can look here, and when this window's full, you know you have to stop. I don't have that, so I have to kind of just time it, look at how thick the wheat is, and kind of guess on that, so that, or get out and look. So that's really something super nice about these combines. We have a mouse trap in this one. This ball is always super helpful for steering the wheel. And again, gauges, but this one has a little monitor right here. All the buttons are similar. We have all of our different lights for at night. We don't do much harvesting at night, but it is important to have. Here's the grain tank. This has the largest grain tank. And then the next one is this combine I just looked at. And then the smallest grain tank is my combine, but it also consumes the smallest amount of wheat. So it's kind of all relative. This is probably my favorite part of all the equipment is the combines. Every piece of equipment is equally as important though. Here is a Flex Coil 85 heavy harrow. And you'll know a lot about harrows if you watched my harrowing video. So we use that to rake the fields and disperse the straw evenly. Here's the harrow. The views today are spectacular. I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. Fields and fields and fields and fields forever. Here are the little harrows. And there's our awesome combine. Well, combines, they're all awesome. Now we're going to go look at the straight cutting headers on the combine, which I know is what most of you are familiar with. I have a 40-foot header for my dad's combine. The combine I just showed you is a straight cutting header. The reel is split into two because of how big it is. Here we have, yes, the drive for the header, and there's two drives on this one. So each one brings 20 feet in. Here we have the little wheels so it can balance the header down. All the wheat comes into the front and then out into the rest of the combine.
This is to raise and lower the reel to adjust for different crop conditions. For crops that are short and crops that are tall.
Oh, and here's where all the wheat's drawn into, and you just saw the other side of that. Here we have the cutter bar, and these are the little teeth that move back and forth, and they basically cut the straw off, and this helps cut it off, and then lay it down in here as the reel help push it in here. The belts run into the center, so the wheat over here can get all the way to the center because it all has to go in here.
And then this belt carries it up to the feeder drum.
This next one is for my combine, the 9610. This is a 930 John Deere header.
And the main difference between this header and them headers drive on both ends of the cutter bar. This one here only drives on the left side.
This one I think is 30 feet. And during harvest time, all the rust on these will shine up. Here's the drive for my header. And it just has one drive.
Yeah.
Because it's a small header.
Smaller, but it's actually driving more cutter bar because it's only got one.
Right.
That one's only driving 20
foot, and then this is driving 30. All right, this one is a 35-foot header, and this is for the middle combine. Here we have a 635D John Deere header, and this is for the middle combine. It's 35 foot. And it works the same, but we'll give you a little overview. Here we have a semi for hauling grain. This is a Freightliner, and this is the one we use all the time for hauling grain. And if you saw Darcy in my videos, this is the truck he drives, and Darcy's super nice. Here's what the truck looks like.
The fuel tanks are under the step things. These are the air lines that go back to the brakes right here, the red and the blue. They're covered with mud, of course. And these are
as everything is on the farm.
The electrical hookups that run the lights and stuff like that on the trailer. This is a Frontier trailer covered with mud like everything else on the farm.
Yes.
And these are the traps where the wheat slides down in. You got a door that opens up.
See the two kind of triangular parts? And I showed you that in a couple of videos as well.
Your two axles. There's your little ladder to get up. This is your roll tarp handle here.
This is our other Frontliner semi that we also haul grain with.
And here's the inside, you can see in there
and
now.
That's what the inside looks like. Because now my dad's going to tarp it because it should be tarp. Now we're going to go inside both semis to kind of show you what they look like. This one has bunk beds too.
It does, because it's in tall sleepers, but that makes it inconvenient because of the height of them.
Oh, yeah.
They barely clear the combines and
What my dad means by that is when you put your auger out to dump in the semi, you don't know if you can clear the front of the truck. I definitely can't clear this one. I can clear the red one though. But the red one I don't think has a bunk bed in it.
No.
So here are some of our gauges.
We also had a backup camera on these so you could look at your tarps and stuff, see how they were running. You know, if you had rips or you didn't put it on right.
All right, now we're going to head into the other semi.
So on this truck, it also has an auto shift, but this one sits here. It works the same as the other one, except for the paddle's not here.
We also have our radio up here. Now, as you can see, this truck's a shorter truck because it doesn't have the bunk bed. This is the main equipment we use to operate our farm, and it keeps the whole operation going. Without it, there wouldn't be an operation. Look at the owl.
Can you see him?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Click. Here he comes.
He's coming. We have our wonderful owl living in our shop, and he sometimes poops on my dad's truck window, which my dad doesn't like that very much, but that's okay. He lives here and he's very cute and adorable. So I hope you enjoyed that clip, and we have lots of other semis and tandem trucks and stuff that keep our operation going, but there's so many of them, we're not going to get into all of them. Here we have our John Deere sprayer. It's a 4930, 120 foot boom.
60 feet aside.
Now we'll go up here and see the inside. It's a little bit dark in this part of the shop because we don't have windows here. So here we have an awesome screen and controls, kind of like you see in the combine right here, but they do different things. Our steering wheel.
This is my GPS screen, Kate. It'll show me where I've been here.
Auto steer.
And this will tell me stuff about what's going on, how many pounds of pressure I'm running in the spray boom, how fast I'm going.
Okay, now we're heading back out, and we'll give the owl his home back.
Yep. So he can eat the mice.
Here we have our Massey Ferguson 8450, and we use it because it has a PTO to run the grain back VRF so that we can suck the grain out of the grain bins and put it into the semis when we go to sell our wheat. Now I'll give you a little overview tour of this. It's a pretty cool tractor. If you watched my winter fun video, you would have seen an inside tour of this tractor, of the Massey Ferguson, and also information about the grain vac. Last time we used it, it was very muddy. We'll just go inside here. It has a fold-down buddy seat, so that's kind of cool. We have all of our different controls in here, and then that's what it looks like out the back. Here we have the white schoolhouse. If you want to see a video on that, definitely comment down below. Our steering wheel. That kind of wraps up the current equipment video, and We use all of this equipment to keep our operation going all throughout the year. Some of it's more geared towards harvest, some of it's geared towards all year. So I really appreciate you watching the video, and thank you so much for all of your super nice comments and liking the video and everything like that. It means so much to me, and thank you so much to everyone who sent something to my P.O. box. It was so sweet, and also thank you so much to everyone who donated through PayPal. It really helps me to keep making these awesome videos. I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! After a long day of this extreme Montana weather and all of the wind, it's so nice to come home and have a super delicious, warm, hot cocoa. Does this not look so spectacular? Okay, now I'm going to have a sip. Thank you for watching.